All right, Shalom, y'all. This is part 3. So I'm going to reread Isaiah 63 and 5. It says, I was amazed to see that no one intervened to help the oppressed. No one came to help Jake. Nobody was able to come and redeem us, as it says in Deuteronomy 28 and 68, that no one would buy us, meaning to redeem us, right, from out of this slavery, except for Yahweh Shai. He's the only one who's going to be able to stand up to these superpowers of the earth, because these people they are excelled in warfare, in modern warfare, and we don't have nothing that can withstand the nuclear power and these robots and all these different things that Esau and other nations have, that they will bring up upon us. We don't have anything to stop it. That's why during the times of Jacob's trouble, it's going to be a great slaughter. And only the elect, those who have faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, are going to live through this. And even the ones who don't, they have to be martyrs in this thing. That's just how they're going to have to, that's going to just be the thing they have to do to enter into the kingdom. And they're going to do that with pride, because that's one thing, that's a glorious way to go out, is doing exactly how our Messiah went out. He went out for us, so we might as well. It ain't nothing more greater to go out than to do it in this manner. But anyway, it says, I was amazed to see that no one intervened to help the oppressed, so I myself stepped in to save them with my strong arm, and my wrath sustained me. Isaiah 63 and 6, it says, I crushed the nations in my anger and made them stagger and fall to the ground, spilling their blood upon the earth, because they have shed much of Israel's blood upon this earth. These so-called whites then came and shed many of Northern Kingdom, Gad, blood all over this land we in. Right? All right. So let me see. So I'm going to go to Joel 3 and 9. And it says, say to the nations far and wide, get ready for war. Call out your best warriors. Let all your fighting men advance for the attack. Hammer your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Train even your weaklings to be warriors, right? Come quickly, all you nations everywhere. Gather together in the valley of Jehoshaphat. And now, O Yahweh, call out your warriors, right? Let the nations be called to arms. Let them march to the valley of Jehoshaphat. There I, Yahweh, will sit to pronounce judgment on them all, because Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to destroy these people. He's gathering all of these armies up just so he can destroy them. They're going to be fighting against each other, and then they're going to stop it. When he comes in, they're going to stop fighting, and they're going to be afraid, but they're still going to attack. Yeah, second is 18. Now I'm about to get this second address 13, and I'm gonna start at 1, and I'm gonna read on down, because this is when Yahweh Shah destroys them when he comes in. It says, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof. This is Yahushua coming in through what we call so-called space, right? He's coming in into our atmosphere. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. I mean, because he's coming in with thousands of his angels, his troops, right? And it says, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him, because everybody's going to see him when he comes. All things, everybody's going to see him when he comes. And it says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. It's like when he came in, it's going to be, you know how like that low bass that trembles and you can hear it, like from the breaking of the atmosphere, from him coming inside swiftly as he will be coming in. It will create a harsh sound that everybody is going to cause rocking, but trembling. So it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea, because Yahushua came out of what we call space. Now, this is what's going on here in Joel 3:12. It says, let the nations to be called to arms, let them march to the valley of Jehoshaphat. There I, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, will sit to pronounce judgment on them all. Swing the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, tread the grapes, for the winepress is full. The storage vats are overflowing with the wickedness of these people. Thousands upon thousands are waiting in the valley of decision. There the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua will soon arrive, right? And let's go back so we can read what happens. And it says, verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had engraved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the heel was graven, and I could not, because the ship was so big. He could not see the end of the ship. He couldn't see the end of it. Like, he couldn't even see the end of the sky, because the ship was covering the whole sky. And it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. They still fought. They was afraid, but they still was trying to fight him. And it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Meaning that blast that came out of that so-called UFO, the chariots of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, that laser beam, that blast came out of that mud. Let's see what it did. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which were prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid, because Yahushua completely destroyed all of those armies in an instant. Like, in an instant, it was just boom, and they were gone, y'all. They were all gone. Right? So that's what I wanted to get, y'all. And then I kind of wanted to get this Zechariah, but I'm not going to get that. I'm going to just, I might just hold off on that. I might just end it like this, y'all. But yeah, y'all, everybody keep their faith, because the time is coming to Esau, Edom, y'all, is about to fall. And with that, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Shalom, y'all. On to the next one.